Hello. This is nearing the end of Folk Frenzy 2019. Yeah. It's not quite, we will be in the bar later. But we've had an amazing week with this wonderful folk here, and a lot of these camps and stuff, it's the participants that make the camp what it is, and on behalf of all the tutors, we would say a huge thank you to all of you guys for being amazing. So thank you. We're going to start with two traditional Shetland tunes I learned from a collection of tunes by the playing of John Stickle, who was from Unst. And the first is a tune called Benort the Dick Chevaux, and then we'll play a tune called Deltingside. So here we go. Asked to be curator, I had a couple of folk in mind that came immediately who I'd like to come and be tutors. And I would love to invite my good partner in crime, Mr. Ross Cooper, to come up and play some tunes for you.
You guys sound good too. Okay, we're going to play a pretty tune now. I didn't really, I had some Shetland tune ideas, and then I was thinking of doing something that involved every participant, and this is the tune that I've come up with for that, and it's a tune written by my good friend Adam Sutherland. Who's heard of him? Excellent. Well, you'll know that Adam's got quite a weird sense of humour, or he's just a bit weird, and he wrote this tune and he called it Nabo, which is spelled small n, small a, small b, and a capital O. at the end. And I've seen this tune written down for years, and it was only when I was teaching it that I realised that, it's open backwards. So that's what it is. Nabo is what we're going to play now, which is a lovely tune written by Adam. Is everybody ready? Go for the riff and all that kind of stuff? Yeah? Cool. Yeah? Cool. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. amazing job, eh? Lovely. I would love to now invite on stage Katrina MacDonald.
I think you can tell by that little gesture there what my week has been like. It's just been fantastic. So this is such a fantastic chance to show off some of the stuff that we've been working on. And my first set of the evening, we're going to play some good old Shetland reels, plenty of them being had this week. And the two tunes we're going to play, the first actually comes from Hualza, from the great Joni Irvin. From Hualza, and it was collected in 1947 by Pat Shuldham Shaw, who came up here for Cecil Sharp-Proust in London. And then we're going to play another reel, called the back reel, and that's from the playing of another fantastic old fiddle player, Peter Fraser, fi Finnegat in Was, or fi Finnegat. And so we're going to start off this set, and I've asked a few of the Pineland fiddlers if they'll give me a pretty hand here, and weren't they amazing? They really are a fantastic group. So bad. Anyway, I do have to say with the Pineland fiddlers, I mean, it's been a delight having them all in classes this week, but really, you know, the fact that Ellen Thomas, or Ellen Goller as she is now, has come back here after all these years, having been inspired by Tammy Anderson all those years ago. It's just wonderful to see her back, and obviously I'm one of the original Tammy's Three Angels, if you can believe that, and the Shetland's Young Heritage, that's where I cut my teeth, made some of my best friends in the world when I was three, so I can see what it means to that parents. And Ellen, you have done an amazing job. So, we are going to start this off with the fantastic Owen on chopping and percussion, and we're going to have Victoria, who is 10 years old? 9 years old? Oh, 9 years old. And we have Elliot, who's 6. rocking! Yoo-hoo! So, the next person to come up and show some of the material that we've been working on is a fantastic guest tutor who's come all the way from Finland. He comes from one of the most amazing musical families you'll ever come across, the Järvelä clan from Finland, and of course his uncles and himself have been here many times with JPP and also with Frigg. So would you please welcome Antti Järvelä.
Hello. Yeah, it's been really a great week here. It's been very busy, but like it's been very productive as well, which is kind of not the purpose of this thing. Like it's more about like starting a process that goes on for the rest of the lifetime. And when Kevin first asked me to maybe join this camp, I got a little bit frightened because he was scaring me a little bit with the idea that, like, you know, this used to be the Fiddle Frenzy and it's all about Shetland and Shetland music. And then I started thinking that, do we have any tunes in Finland that come from Shetland? I couldn't think of any. So then I went as long as I could back in time until I got to the year 1796. And the very first notated Finnish tune. And I suppose like quite of the lot of the music that has been played like in the Finland's regions, they've been traveling from somewhere and then locally developed into something else, depending of the community and like what kind of instruments and what kind of players you have had around. But like quite a lot of the Western influence has traveled like through Sweden to Finland to the west coast, and the eastern side has got a little bit of the Russian influence. But like somehow it's been kind of like in Finland a little bit like a melting pot, but like for fun, in a way. Believe it or not. But we will play the oldest existing notated Finnish tune for you now. And once you hear it, it's, at least for myself, it was a shock to realize how epic this tune was. It's like modern pop music almost, this one. It's called Polonessa Spoof number 1. Are you ready? Want to remember? Yeah. Okay, let's go for it. So, unaccompany the first one and then hit the tune with us. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2.
Thanks, man.
Let's play that one again. How's it going? All good?
Awesome, let's play some Shetland reels. How about that, some Shetland reels? We're going to start off with a tune called the Trig Bag. I don't know what that means. But then we're going to go into a tune called the Zephyr, and I what that means, because it's a fishing boat for Walser. And it's written by Linda Gare now, I should say, and it's an amazing Shetland tune, sort of modern classic. So, we're going to play this couple of reels for you. Hope you enjoy it. If you want to dance, then there's space in here. Let's welcome back Katrina MacDonald.
Nice one, guys.
So, we're going to slow things just down for 1 minute, and the first tune that we're going to play here, this is kind of more modern tunes, and the first tune that we're going to play is a tune that has a really big connection with Shetland, and in 1981 at the Folk Festival here, the first time that the Folk Festival was on, Tammy Anderson, he invited a couple of Hardanger fiddle players, the Boone brothers from Norway. They're giants in that instrument over there. And Knut Boone, who's the younger of the two brothers, him and Tammy just got on like a house on fire. Quite extreme characters. Anybody that kent Tammy Anderson? Kent wha was in charge, and it's the same with Knut Boone. They're fantastic characters. So, anyway, after that meeting with Tammy, then Knut went away and he composed some music that was kind of harking, I suppose, towards here and some of the reels and things like that you'd heard. But the beginning of the piece is a beautiful, slow kind of hymn-like tune that he played. And the lovely thing is that it came and he played it with what a fantastic poetess, Rhoda Boulter. Now, Rhoda hasn't been alive for quite a long time, but she's an amazing writer. And I thought, just to kind of set the scene on this first tune, I'll just read the poem that actually goes with this piece of music. So, Hjärta Shetland, what words can I tell thee of this love that fills my heart? The vermission when we're apart. Nae man can number thy family, for all the earths like birds in wartime. But none could love thee more than me. So it's a real looking towards Norway to Shetland, and the tune is actually called I Vesterveg, which means to the west. And after that, we're going to play a tune that I've recently composed for one of my Hardanger fiddle playing buddies that I play with in String Sisters. Her name's Andbjørg Lien. And so the tune is called Tune for A. Lien. Yes. we're back to Mr. Lavella himself. Please welcome Anki.
I've been lucky enough to grow just in the middle of music, traditional music, and lots of great players without me realizing it when I was a kid. Really, and for me, I told the students also that it was quite a shock when like I kind of got to travel out from our home region. As a teenager, I started realizing that actually not everyone plays the fiddle in the world. And I got my first own notebook, music book, when I was probably 13. And I had been really carefully studying already then, in that point, some of the transcriptions from Swedish folk music, and then at our family farm we had a small dairy farm. And also I realized, not before like after 20 years, that actually I got to grow up with two of the best folk musicians on the Finnish folk music scene. They were working as like helpers at our farm in the summertime. So it was quite a kind of like a natural influence to me, and it felt that like everyone does that, so I really kind of like tried to channel my passion for playing, and I listened all of them, like my grandfather, my uncle, and then my cousins and friends playing the music. And then this notebook that I got, I learned basically, it was the same with all of my CDs that I used to own. Like the 10 first ones, I learned almost all the parts on the CDs, just to play with different instruments that were lying around the house. And the same I basically did with the music book. I learned basically all the tunes that I felt that, okay, this is interesting one. So there was quite many polkas. Yesterday's concert I played two of the polkas from this guy Otto Hatakainen. And now we will play one of the most beautiful waltzes in Finland ever made, and it's written by the same man. And it's called Kyynelvalssi, the Teardrop Waltz. And there's a good friend to me who just passed away a few months ago. He was a master mandolin player, and this was one of his big numbers to play always when he had a concert. So this is dedicated for Heikki Lahti.
So, we've come to the end. That's the way it goes at a gig. But we've had an amazing he's been saving me custard creams through the week. And he just said, next year I'm going to save more custard creams for you. 2 seconds, this microphone clip is a bit ropey, Gary. I just need to fix it. Haven't they been amazing? Some of them were getting a bit stressed earlier today about the gig, and I said, it's going to be amazing. And it has been amazing. So, well done, everybody. But before we finish up, I need to say a few, well, lots of thank yous, but I'm going to start with Miss Margaret Robertson, who she is an extremely busy lady, but she came in today and she's learned all the music today. So, pretty spectacular. And I was overjoyed when my Finnish brother agreed to come over to Shetland and share his amazing knowledge of music. And I say it a lot, but he's one of my favourite musicians, and it's just a pleasure to work with him. So, can you give a big hand for Mr. Antti Järvelä? And I'd also like to say a huge thank you and get them back up here on the stage. My great friends and two of Shetland's finest ever fiddle players, Miss Katrina MacDonald and Mr. Ross Cooper. He's going to be dangerous when he's 18. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to Shetland Arts for asking me to curate this year's Folk Frenzy. It's been a great experience for me to do it, and I couldn't have done it without all the other tutors as well. They've been a huge help, and just big hand for Shetland Arts for putting on the event. And there's been a lot of folk asking about next year. It will be happening next year, and the dates will be announced in the next week or two. There's just a few details that has to be checked. So keep a watch out, everybody. Are you all coming back? Yeah. Good.
I think we should have a massive round of applause for Kevin Henderson.
Thank you. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to Tim Matthew, who's done so much work in organising everything on the side. It's a mammoth task, and he's done a great job, so thank you, Tim. And Gary on sound and Liam on lights. Long nights in here, doing a lot of work that doesn't get recognised a lot of the time, so great job. Thank you, guys. And I think that's it. Next year, I'll take my glasses for the raffle. Believe it or not, I decided to teach a song this year. So we're going to finish with a song from the island of Bressa. And this is the Bressa Lullaby. And this is the song that I sing to put my two boys to bed. And Katrina does the same for her three lass. So this is the Brestle Lullaby. Hope you've enjoyed the week's work that we've been putting on show for you tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next year. All the best. Thank you very much. See you next year. Huge round of applause for an amazing job from all these participants. Thank you very much. We'll see you again.